open house. We will be planning more of these type events in the future. We have several people here who would like to say a few words. The mayor is being escorted through the mansion by Sarah Arnold and should be arriving very shortly. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for coming and hope you're having a good time. Are you?
Yes, absolutely.
Great, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. We started this project about a year ago. 9 months ago, we filed the James Arnold Mansion, Inc., which is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, and it's a tax exempt. As we go forward, we have planned events for education. Our main purpose is the preservation of the James Arnold Mansion, which is the center of this building all the way up for 3 floors. We are planning a major event, July 15th, which will be the first annual James and Sarah Arnold Summer Gala. You'll be hearing more about that in the press. In the meantime, what I'd like to do is introduce the mayor of the city of New Bedford. Sarah is bringing him in now. Mayor, if you'd like to say a few words.
Boy, Sarah Arnold's making me feel 200 years old right about now. I know this job may age me faster, but I didn't think it did it quite that fast. Well, welcome everybody. This is great. I mean, this is as much as I wanted to stay outside today as much as possible. The spring has sprung. I'm happy to be here and happy to see such a wonderful turnout. This is terrific. I mentioned to Kate Corkum on the way in that this idea is going to be a great complement to the RJD just down the street, and I can see other things falling in place in the years ahead, and so in between and beyond. This conversion has taken a lot of vision and a lot of on the part of the club and the part of lots of folks in the preservation community in our city. And I'm so glad that we've got a way forward. I know that the Wamsutta Club, which is a real important institution in the city, and it sometimes gets overlooked, is because it's been a part of the city's history for so long. I worried, as a lot of most of you, all of you have over the years, about its continuity. It's perpetuating itself. And it sounds like there is a way forward now. Folks have focused in on the problem and figured it out, and I can't thank you enough, Richard, and so many others who have been a part of this. Too many to name. There's a lot of work ahead, and know that the city's right there with you. We can't make direct donations to the club, but we can find ways to drum up support, and what we're hoping for is, in the long run, to have this space, this magnificent mansion, continue to have a real vibrancy for lots of reasons, not just to preserve the city's identity, which is so important, and we could talk all afternoon about that, but also from an economic development standpoint, having this connection between the West End and the downtown is really key, especially as we start to see development coming up Union Street. Later this week, I'll be cutting the ribbon on the new hotel on Union and Pleasant Street, and we're going to continue to see things coming right up Union. And the more that we can knit, just as we're trying to knit the State Pier in the downtown, we also want to knit the downtown in the West End, so people can walk here and to an event, as many folks do right now, many of the club members do. But that's the kind of thing we want to promote, a walkable city that has a strong identity, that cares about its past and strives to preserve it. And that's what all of you are doing. And so I really want to thank you for going the extra mile to make it happen. I really think the concept makes a lot of sense. It's going to continue to require a strong commitment. But I know, knowing who's involved in this, I've full confidence that that's going to happen. So thanks, guys. This is an occasion worthy of celebration, and I can't wait to the day when we start to have more of the mansions open up in the same way up and down County Street, because this is, we like to tout that in Chapter 6 of Moby Dick, the passage about the Bedford's opulent gardens and mansions. Well, this is it, and the more that we strive to preserve it and make that happen, the more that we'll have to brag about. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. That passage about the opulent gardens probably came from the Arnold Mansion, because Herman Melville has visited here several times. So, it's kind of nice to know that it's been carried on through Moby Dick. At this time, I'd like to introduce Terry Burnett from Whale to say a few words about how we're working with Whale to help preserve this mansion. Terry?
Hi, I'm just going to say a few sentences. We started working a few months back with, we call them JAMI, the James Arnold Mansion, Inc. And the first meeting, I was just amazed at the growth of the vision for creating a nonprofit and bringing the James Arnold Mansion to a new place, and having it so much better positioned in the downtown, like the mayor said, and connected to everything else and all the other resources and mansions, the Roachstone Stuff House, the Bethel and Mariners Home that's opening up. So there's so many things happening, and so JAMI and the Wamsutta Club is coming right along with everything, and is part of the overall vision. So Whale's really happy to work with Richard and Nancy and the rest of JAMI and the Wamsutta Club on and studios to sustain. Catherine Duff's here, so Catherine and Whale are teaming up again for another feasibility study, working with the nonprofit to do business planning, capital needs analysis, and financial planning to make sure that the project happens. So I can't wait to start working with you all. And I have to commend Richard and Nancy for really their push to make this happen, to bring everybody along with it in such a positive and just a great force. So congratulations.
Thank you, Terry. I'd really like to thank a couple of people. I'd really like to thank the whole committee and the group that helped put this together. I'd like to thank everyone who donated their time and some of their funds to help us put on this great open house. Over the next 3 years, we are planning to do some major renovations. Over the next 3 months, we are planning to have several either open houses, but we are going to have this gala, which I hope everybody will help us by participating and showing up and really having a great time. I think you'll be really happy about coming to our gala and enjoying a really great time. We're looking forward to having all of you be part of the mansion and the grounds, and we're looking for volunteers to help us to restore maybe some of the gardens, or to help us with what the design of those gardens were. If you know somebody who has knowledge of those or photographs of those gardens, would really appreciate you coming forth and just kind of letting us know, because there isn't a lot of data to tell us what we should be doing with those gardens. I know there was a grotto out here that everybody seems to know about, and I'd really like to have, we have some vague pictures, but I'd really like to know if somebody has some more detail about it so that we can restore that. I'd also like to thank Peter Versalone from the from your theater, who has helped us get James and Sarah to come and be part of our open house. Peter, would you like to come and say a few words?
Well, I'd just like to add my welcome to all those you've already had and say that we were pleased to be approached along with the New Bedford Preservation Society to provide the characterizations of James and Sarah for today's open house. We also have experience with Whale. I don't know how many of you are familiar with your theater. We're in our 70th year of providing community theater to the area. We recently partnered with Whale in a project to restore the First Baptist Church on William Street, which eventually will become our new permanent home for the theater. And I think this kind of cooperation between the nonprofits is what's going to help drive preservation and education for the citizens of the city to learn about what the great history we have here and some of the great buildings. So, thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Megan Kish, who's a supervisor with the National Park Service. We are on the National Register, so I think, it's appropriate that she comes up and says a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here among other people that believe in preservation, and welcome to the preservation community here in New Bedford. The mission of the National Park Service is to preserve and protect for this and future generations, and this is an important step in not only preserving for those of us that are here today, but to make sure that people understand why it's important in the future. This includes, Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, those big places, but it also includes New Bedford Whaling National Historical Park right here in New Bedford. And while this mansion is not within the boundary of the park, it's really a new kind of park. It's a park that's rooted in the community of the past and the present, and we're excited that you're here. We're excited to work with you. We're excited that this brings a new dimension to the story, that people will be able to see yet another facet of the history of New Bedford and find their place in the community and history here. I am excited about the opportunities. I know that you're excited about the opportunities. We're here to support you in any way that we can. We're looking forward to working together, and the entire preservation community has gained something here today. So thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you. I really, again, want to thank you all for coming and enjoying yourselves, and, please partake of, the fruits and cheeses, and just have a good time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor.